our NSA Houston President's Podcast. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of our podcast where we bring you more information, more connection, and way more value as we bust down doors across Houston to really build connection and a value for our membership in our chapter, but also really opening the doors across the United States and the world for that matter, particularly for our interesting guest today. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Larry Long. Larry, go ahead and tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Megan. I am excited to be here and I'm hopeful to give you some more energy. But I'm Larry Long Jr., CEO, not your traditional CEO, that's Chief Energy Officer of LLJR Enterprises, professional speaker, MC, sales trainer, coach, author, LinkedIn influencer. Ooh, I'm out of breath, but I am happy to be here. I'm also the immediate past president of NSA Carolinas, representing North and South Kakalaki, the Carolinas. Ready to give you some more NSA Houston.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love the variety, love the energy. Everybody, Larry and I first met when we were president-elects for our chapters, and then we've stayed in contact, seeing each other at our Influence National Conference for NSA this past year in Arizona. And I got to tell you, he is setting the bar high with what he's doing in business, in his chapter. They're winning awards. I mean, wherever this guy goes, he is bringing success. So we're bringing him to you. Okay, Larry, so let's let our audience get to know you a little bit more. Tell us about your journey. What do you do and how you got to where you are now?
Yeah, so as a youngster, moved around a lot. Nebraska, Illinois, Alabama, Pennsylvania. They put me in speech classes. They said, "How old are you, little Larry?" I said, "I'm 4." They said, "For what?" I said, "I'm 4 years old." They said, I had to learn how to enunciate my words. Played baseball at University of Maryland. Go Terps. Yeah, I know you're a Bearcat and a Red Raider. Watch out now.
That's right.
Did a little bit of research.
Uh-huh.
But worked in IT consulting. Didn't enjoy it. Opened up an indoor baseball and softball academy. Failed. It was a strikeout, unfortunately. We did not make enough money to continue. Had a 16 plus year career in software sales, which brought me and led me into getting paid to speak. And I'm coming up on my 5 year anniversary. Who would have thunk it? I pinch myself every day, Megan. Just not too hard because I don't want to wake up from this dream. I've been so fortunate, blessed to be an international speaker. I'm heading to Portugal, taking my family for an engagement. Then I head to Australia. Then I'm going to be speaking in Scotland. And I think they just say I'm on a world tour to make impact and bring smiles for a mile to people's faces.
Wow. And to think of it, how it didn't come all at once, right? This journey from different changes, it sounds like. Isn't that interesting?
There's been so many ups and downs, highs and lows, twists and turns. In the words of the great philosopher, I think it was Aristotle, the great philosopher J.J. Walker, as he said it, dynamite! This journey has been absolutely amazing, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Well, let's explore a little bit of a couple of reasons, everybody, we've asked Larry to join our chapter podcast is number one, he's currently the past president for a chapter, which is kind of our thing, right? Presidents, they make strategy at the top. So let's dive into that. But also a couple other things. He's our speaker for our March meeting. So you will see him this month coming up live in Houston. So make sure you come. But also, I've thought this might be really of interest. All right, look at the energy there. Bring those shades.
I'm trying to keep up with your shoes. I remember you with the sparkling shoes. You just lit it up. Your energy is unbelievable.
Well, thank you. I like to, well, keep it interesting, right? Is that what you do too?
Always. You got me choked up over here, Megan, because as I'm talking about your energy, I'm seeing your bright background, your brilliant background. Ooh, I love the flavor.
And my little pinata, it's like this big, yo. Like tiny. But it's so cute.
That's awesome. I
go.
love it. Love it. Love it.
Well, another part too, Larry, I know you and I have talked about escalating our careers as speakers, what that looks like. And you've been very kind to give me advice that I've implemented and it's helped. And what I find really interesting for our listeners is we have yet to really somebody on our podcast that is truly currently international. So, for those that might be interested, share with us how you got into that. What is that? And, connect some people.
Yeah. So what I found in the speaker business, both domestically, nationally, as well as internationally, it boils down to, and I heard this from a sales guru, Steve Nudelberg. He said, Larry, in my 30 years of experience, the difference between contacts, people you know, and I'm not having a wardrobe malfunction over here. It's coming up on the Super Bowl, but the difference between contacts and contracts is the letter R, and I'm wearing it on my chest, relationship. So I've been very intentional to develop new and to strengthen existing relationships. And I did some work with a coach who shared, Larry, healthy people ask for exactly what they want. Because before I would beat around the bush, I would kind of hem and haw. She said, no, let them know, Megan, I see you're doing great things in Singapore. I would love to come speak to your organization. How do we make that happen? When you ask for exactly what you want, our good friend Lois Kramer says you might just mess around and catch a yes. And I've been really fortunate, even though I've had a lot of strikeouts, a whole lot of no's. I keep coming to bat and I keep asking, I keep swinging. I'm bold, I'm brave, and I get some yeses. And the yeses make it all well worth it.
All about relationships. Well, and I think it's important too on your shirt, it's repeated. It's not just once written, it's several times. And I think it grows too because, well, how many jobs have we all gotten because of the relationship and connections we know?
That's right. And Megan, I think there's a saying that says it's not what you know, but it's who you know. And in my Steve Harvey Family Feud voice survey says, nah. What I found is it's not what you know and it's not who you know. It's who knows you, who likes you, who trusts you, and who believes in you that really makes things happen. So you build that trust through relationships, through caring, through giving, through doing what you said you're going to do. And that's how you build advocates that are willing to shout out your name when you're not there. It's quite amazing. It's actually quite magical.
Yeah, yeah, and you're living proof of it because, okay, from the time you and I did President-elect boot camp in Minneapolis 2 years ago, what was that, 2023, and to now, what were key decision points you made to get to where you are?
Yeah, so I continue to double and triple and quadruple down on relationships. Now, Megan, they call me LinkedIn Larry. Actually, no, they don't. My wife's like, don't go lying to these people. I call myself LinkedIn Larry because I've been so fortunate. 90+% of my engagements come from relationships that have been fostered on the platform of LinkedIn. So I shout it out to the world. And for me, the turning point was really committing, fully committing onto LinkedIn and just being diligent, being consistent. I show up on LinkedIn almost every day and I engage. I call it my B2B strategy. No, not the traditional B2B. I don't do anything traditional. It's not
I remember
business to
this.
business. My B2B, in the words of the great Kevin Dorsey, hey KD, it's belly to belly. It's what we're doing right now. I'm getting to know you deeper. You're getting to know me deeper. We're smiling. We're building that trust and that relationship belly to belly. That's been my strategy, and it has been amazing.
It sounds like it. And I know I follow you on LinkedIn, and that's my preferred tool of use also. So for those that might be interested online, do you have a certain level of subscription that you have LinkedIn, or are you unpaid using it for connections?
I'm on the premium version, and
Cool.
it's kind of like the gym membership. You get out of it what you put in. So I
Yeah.
encourage folks to create content, engage in other people's content, and I think there's a song that says it goes down in the DMs. Yes. Leverage video, especially as a speaker. People want to see you speak. They want to feel your energy. I would encourage one-to-one video messages, audio messages, funny GIFs. I mean, for you, I would find a funny Red Raider GIF. I would say, oh my goodness, on this thankful Thursday, thank you so much, Megan. I was thinking about you. I call those relationship deposits. Because what happens is sometimes we go to make relationship withdrawals. And Houston, we have a problem. we're, we're overdrafted. we haven't made enough deposits into that relationship bank to be able to withdraw. So I encourage people every day, see who you can help, who can you support unsolicited, who can you write a recommendation for without them even knowing. It does a mind, body, soul, and spirit good.
I love that because it's the true essence of networking. It's not just what all about me, what I want, and I'm using people because that's just drippy salesman. I love what you're talking about. Write the recommendation, reach out and comment because when you really are true about building relationships, you would do things like that.
Right. That's right. Talk is cheap, and people can smell BS from a mile away, and it doesn't smell good. It's not authentic, and people generally try to shy away from my experience. They shy away from that. When you authentically care and you show you care, it is amazing how many people you can impact. And what I found is the more people that I impact, it comes back to me, not 10x, but 20x. It's been amazing.
Yeah, yeah, and it just is going to keep. So it's great to watch your success and your posts. And I know you always have your signature microphone. I saw a post this morning with it in there. Tell us how that started because it's iconic.
Okay, I fell into it. So when the pandemic hit, a buddy of mine, hey Sam Schooley, he said, Larry, I have a group of folks that have been recently impacted. They lost their job due to COVID. Would you help them out? I don't have any budget, but would you? I said, of course. That's why I do what I do. I mean, from getting in trouble for talking in elementary, middle, and high school to now being able to speak and serve, I am hashtag too blessed to be stressed. So I went. I gave them a word of encouragement. He didn't have my home address, but he surprised and delighted me by sending. It was actually I have the original. It's broken, but I have the original mic.
No,
He
he
sent it to
sent
my
it to you.
office, and my office was closed. So Amazon, they called me. They said, "Hey, Mr. Long, we got a package for you." I said, "Can you reroute it to my house?" They were like, "Nope." I'm like, "Well, why even call?" I said, "Hey, this is in downtown Durham. You don't want to leave it there because it won't be there very long." I said, just throw it in the bushes. I'll come down and grab it later on. I had to bribe my daughter, said, hey, baby girl, you want to go grab some ice cream? Went down, we got some ice cream, which was actually open during COVID. We picked up the box, opened it up, and it's a microphone. It's a Amazon karaoke mic. And he had written a little note. He had typed out a note that said, Larry, you dropped the mic on that group. Thank you. My midweek, midday motivational minute every Wednesday at 12 noon. I do a live show. I brought out the mic, gave Sam a shout, and people loved it. They were dying of laughter. And I said, oh, we're on to something. Thank you, Sam. So we've since expanded the collection. We've got colors, different
Uh-huh.
colors, more than you could even imagine. NSA Carolinas, they hooked me up with this one right here, a nice little award for our board. So we are keeping it light and bright and having a ton of fun. Can you hear me now?
No, no, I can't. I need louder. Oh, I love it. Well, I did you see I saw you use it in our pictures when we were at Influence this summer. So I know that, it's something you carry with you. And as we're talking about carrying all your experience with you, what should Houston expect as you're coming in, bringing all this energy and thought into our chapter?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Now don't let the humor fool you. I am serious as well. And I'm serious about bringing knowledge. So what I'm going to bring to NSA Houston is insights around sales, how to book more engagements leveraging sales tips, tactics, strategies, the right mindset around sales. And I'm going to challenge people to think about what's your definition of sales? Not Webster, not Miriam. What's your definition of sales? Because oftentimes that definition and perspective, it's holding us back. So come to
Mm.
the table with your perspective. I'm hopeful to flip this script where we can look at sales in a positive light, in a serving light, and also how do we leverage LinkedIn to actually get engagements? I'm doing it, and I'm going to share with you my blueprint, my game plan. The only thing you have to do, this is the toughest, you have to run the plays. You have to execute. You have to go full out. There's no guarantees in life, but I guarantee If you follow the game plan, you will see positive results, guaranteed. Money back, guaranteed.
Heart and all. Well, Larry, my last question is typically just a fun question to get to know you a little bit more and let the audience into a little bit different side of you. What is a special secret talent that you have that maybe not a lot of people know about?
Wow, wow. Talent. I don't know if it would be a talent, but I have so much fun and bring so much fun to the golf course. I love the golf. It runs in my blood. Tiger Woods is my long lost cousin. And on the golf course, they call me Larry Hit It in the Woods. But folks. So, woo, got me choked up. I would say that's probably a hidden talent that people don't know. I bring a lot of fun to the golf course.
Yeah, well, I saw it
Oh,
in
I
Scottsdale.
got another one. Also, I'm a
Okay.
reality TV junkie. I
Yeah.
love reality. That's my guilty pleasure is to watch reality TV. It's the junk TV, but I love it. And my wife says, "You know that's not real." I'm like, "Yes, it is."
Okay, we gotta ask now, what's the one or two shows that you'll like you can do anything at any time and that's the one you go to?
Oh, good. I'm old school. The real world, road rules, MTV style. Nowadays, it's the Amazing Race because my
Oh
wife and
yeah.
I, we debate. I'm more competitive and she's more helpful. Yes, this way. We're competing for $1 million, but let me guide you this way. I'm like, nope, it's that way.
You
I'll
would
smell you
not.
later.
All right, now I know I'm not to ask you if we're playing The Amazing Race. Don't ask him. Listen to his wife. Get her alone.
You want to be on my team, you do not want to go against me. Don't let the smile fool you.
Oh, Larry, always a great ball of energy. And thanks for sharing a little bit about. I know the podcast is brief, but if you're interested in more, come to our meeting. Follow Larry on LinkedIn. That's where he's visiting. That's where he's at. So make sure you engage. Larry, is there anything else you'd like to say to our audience?
I would. This industry that we're in, Megan, can be challenging. There can be ups and downs, highs, lows, twists and turns. I'm going to pass along a message that Dr. Willie Jolly shared with me when I needed it. He spoke at NSA Carolinas and he said, someone in this room needs to hear it. And I internally raised my hand. Sometimes we have to lean on the faith and belief that someone else has in us before ours kicks in. I want to let you know I've got faith and belief in you and your message. You are going to have success. You can lean on that until yours kicks in. Someone needs to hear that right now.
I will say I need to hear that right now. And I'm sure there's a lot in our chapter because, well, when you do something new and different, it's a little scary and you doubt yourself, and it's something that people pay you for, and it's an industry. So, great message.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you more than you even know, Megan.
Well, it's a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the flesh, not just on a call, in a little over a month, shall we say. For those of you listening, thank you for tuning in to another episode of our President's Podcast, strategically picking leaders at the top of organizations so that we can strategize, open doors, and really breathe life into, I'd say, whatever business you're in. If you're speaking as a keynoter, a trainer, a comedian, a coach, an author, a pastor, we've got pretty much everybody. If you're shaping the world with your words, you belong with us. And no matter what you're doing, you're always in sales, right, Larry?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Everyone's in sales.
that's right. All right, we'll see you next time, and thank you for tuning in.